my background was always in business administration, business development.
Huge to be a mother and to be a businesswoman. It's not something given to anybody.
Find the one thing you're so passionate about that you wake up in the morning and you're so, just excited for.
Is it important to have a mentor?
It is important
to have a mentor and a coach.
Oh, there you go.
Now we do it. See, yes. You just reminded me of a saying in Arabic, فقد الشيء لا يعطيه, which means you cannot give something that you don't have. Hello and welcome to our 5th episode on this month. And I have a very special guest today, Jennifer Interiano. Thank you so much
for Jenny.
Call me Jenny.
Call me Jenny. My birth certificate, it's Jenny Interiano. But as many immigrants, we have a choice when we become a U.S. citizen to change our name, keep our name, or make some whatever enhancements we want. I changed to Jennifer just to be more proper.
But people call you Jenny.
Friends, family, so you're my friend, Jenny. You guys are my friends, Jenny.
Jenny. Jenny Realtor, how are you doing today?
I am wonderful. Thank you for having me here today.
Of course, my pleasure. And we were talking earlier about building a relationship and about networking, and we actually met in a networking event, and it worked out. Here we are.
Yes, I always say that as a realtor, for me, actually, when I first started, I initially thought that what's the point of going to networking events where you're just going to meet other realtors? The client is really not there. But then as I matured in the industry, I realized that it's all about the connections and who you know.
True. So, it's all about
here we are.
First of all, we would love to know, who is Jenny Interiano?
Oh, snap. Okay. Well, Jenny Interiano, I'm 42. By the way, we did not rehearse these questions, so I'm like, I'm 42. I am a mother of 2. I have a 22-year-old and a 19-year-old. So I'm an empty nester. My daughters both live out of the house. So now it's my time to shine, my time to own the industry, my time to just take risk. Why not? As a businesswoman.
You're so beautiful. You totally got it. Totally got it. When we first met, I'm like, oh my God, this lady and her energy. This is incredible.
Thank you.
How did you get into real estate? Did you have like a sales background? Did you have customer support background? We'd love to know.
So I think it's important in real estate to have a sales background, period. But if you don't have a sales background, I think customer service it's paramount. Like, you need to have something, even if you're working at a bakery, working at I don't know, gas station, anything, honestly, anything, just because dealing with people, I think it's the art of the industry itself. It is a people industry. You sell to people, you cater to people, you become people's therapist. You're always in people's life, always trying to make their lives better. So for me, my background was always in business administration, business development. I've had my own business in the past, and I had a passion for real estate. I just didn't have the guts to go into it 100% at the age of 19 when I discovered that I loved it. Because it's 100% commission, right? And everything is a one-time deal for the most part, unless you have a revolving client that just keeps giving you referrals, and that comes with time. As a young mother, everything that was happening, I'm like, there's no way. So I put it on pause. For like almost 20 years. So I didn't get my license until 2018, and here we are today.
But you know what? Better late than never. But you were at the same time handling your own business, so you weren't like pause. But because you had responsibility, which is huge to be a mother and to be a businesswoman, it's not something given to anybody. So I really appreciate you for that. I mean,
thank you.
But you did it. Look at you now.
Yes, I'm so excited. So, being in the industry itself, when I decided to be, okay, I'm doing this 100%. Honestly, I didn't decide to do this 100%, cut my ties with my previous business and everything else until last year. I'm sorry, 2021, because we're in 23.
You're not handling, you're not running your business
No,
anymore.
I am.
You still?
I am.
Oh my God.
But here's the trick. I cut ties with the previous industry, right? And then this, I think it was May, the spring of 2021, I decided to go full force into real estate. So I'm like, at that point, I'm just like, okay, let's see what this is about. I want it. I want to know everything about it. The industry itself is, to me, I have full passion for it, but like, let's combine the two, business and real estate, right? At that point on the summer, I'm like, oh snap, I have no clients, I have no pipeline. What do I do? How do you start producing to pay your bills and to
Of
keep yourself
course.
going? So besides living out of my savings,
Oh,
I
so smart,
besides living out of
smart,
my savings and doing
smart.
everything possible just to keep myself afloat and really just focus on the industry itself, I started my business, which is called House of Real Estate. House of Real Estate is started off just as a t-shirt company, which the reason it even came about was because as a realtor, you need to let yourself be known, right?
Mm-hmm.
You need to announce yourself. You need to let everyone know, not only through social media, but also door knocking, back to basics on sales. And I'm like, oh snap, I don't have a hat, I don't have a shirt, I don't have this, I don't have that. What do I do? And it was like Thursday, Friday. I'm like, where do I buy it? I didn't order it online. There's other stores online, but there's nothing in Miami. So that's how I started. So I started my House of Real Estate. Um, right now, I started off as an online store, but now it's becoming a full house of service for the industry. So brokers or title companies like yourselves, they want to do private labels or anything for themselves, they can do it through my store.
So you customize.
Yes.
Oh
Yes,
my
yes.
God.
So I'm doing that for the industry. Of course, I work as a business development manager for my office, Colfax Realty, and from there, so many other things are evolving.
Business development,
Oh
like
my
bringing
God.
new business,
Yes.
bringing relationship. But I see you on social media, and I see you like all around. And
Yeah.
you just came back from Colombia, right?
I did. So besides the fact that business development manager, House of Real Estate,
A mother.
a mother, I am doing international sales, which is
Ooh.
going out to the countries, not just talking over the phone with investors. I am literally going to the countries and just bringing the business to them. Just providing full service of education, not just like how do you get your property, how do you get your bank account, how do you do this, how do you do educate the client, and then from there they will come to you because they see you as a source of of information, not just trying to sell them a product.
And
So,
they feel, and even like when you go in person, they feel the energy and they trust you even more than just like on the phone. Here, there's a deal for you. They see you, they appreciate you, like flying all the way from Miami to Colombia.
They see it and they're like, oh my God, you're from there. What about this area? My son is transferring, or there's something happening, between schools or this and that. What do you think of this area? I'm like, well, if the school is here, you might not want to consider that because of traffic or because of this or because of that. And the minute that you start providing information, not just because of price point, honestly, for me, in my mind, the last thing I want to consider is the commission. It's not about the commission. It's about the long-term relationship and bond and trust that you can create with this client. Because once you create that, then it's almost like the referral is so easy to come. You don't even have to ask for it. It's just one of those automatic things like, oh my God, I had such a great experience. Please talk to Jenny.
No, but like you provide very helpful tips. Like he wanted for that man that he wanted to move over here. He was looking for something close to the school. So you have to know kind of knowledge of the area, like, and provide your client with all the infos that he might need. And this is so much appreciated because you have to be a people person to do that.
You have to. That's why I say you have to. This is a people business.
You have to help, love to help people.
Yeah.
And which is, so we would love to know, what were you doing before? Like, what was your profession before getting into real estate? Like 20 years ago.
So I would, as an account manager, I would travel throughout the US and just deal with like the mass merchants. So, think of the Walmarts or the AutoZones or the Pep Boys or the I don't know, Academy Sport, thing, mass merchants. I was out there selling to them, and products that you would buy off the shelf. These are products that I would present to them and they would, put out there. So I had definitely a very strong sales background. From there, I had my own company for the manufacturing side of the same type of products. Eventually, I transitioned into a packaging world, where is the other side of the coin. So I did that for about 8 years, and it was more like a consultant type thing. But once I decided that I wanted to do 100% real estate, I'm like, I can't do both. You can be good at everything, but not great at everything. So if this is what I want, this is where I want to focus my energy, and this is what I'm doing now.
And you want it to own it. For now, forever.
Oh yeah.
You want it to own it.
Listen, the way I talk to my agents is like when we all speak about like how, because for me it's like it's so important to help other agents as well find their niche. It's always find your niche. That's my one thing I always say. Find the one thing you're so passionate about that you wake up in the morning and you're so, just excited for. And you're like, oh my God, today I'm gonna do this, and that. And you have to have that energy.
And I would love to be your daughter, I'm telling you.
Well,
like your daughter, she's super lucky. What's her name?
Well, my oldest is Lillian, and my youngest is Elizabeth Angelique.
Lillian and Elizabeth Angelique. You are super lucky.
I love my babies.
Aww, that's so cute.
Yes, thank you.
Of course. So tell me, since you're talking about the passion, you're waking up super motivated, what are your main goals for 2023?
God, I'm so excited.
Exclusively on Real Talk Show.
Yes, it's actually the first time I put it out. I haven't even done it on my own because I do webinars. I do webinars for investors and I do webinars for brand new agents. So it being my business, a house of real estate, house of service, the way I see it is that for the past year, I've seen a need within the new agent community that they are frustrated, they're lost, they are overwhelmed. So I am going to start doing seminars for brand new agents. And then these agents are going to be able to be exposed to people with all sorts of different expertise of the industry that would just speak the truth, the ugly, and the bad of the industry. Like, let's just talk real estate, real talk. Like, let's just have real talk. Yes. It's like, let's just be educated, not get frustrated, because you don't want to compare yourself to, the, I don't know, Orange County or whatever it is, all the television shows that are out there that I don't even watch. Because to me, it's like, really? Are you kidding me? Like, I want to be dressed up like that all day long. I want to look like that all day long, but that's fantasy. That's TV. The real thing is that you getting down and dirty. There's been many times that I've had to pick up the broom and clean up the place before an open house. Like, you have to be down and dirty, and it is what it is, whatever it takes to get the business done. And a lot of people don't see that. They don't expect that in the industry. So my goals for 2023 is start doing seminars for brand new agents, get more involved with the real estate community and providing services with the brokers, because for me, it's like, I'm all for my brokerage, which is Colfax, but within my brokerage, we are also creating something called the club. And the club is an affiliation between brokerages that are literally just elevating each other. And elevation with each other, meaning that we even sign NDAs where we're not poaching each other's agents, which is amazing. And at that point, we're just trying to bring professionalism into the industry, where, we talk about the etiquette and how to carry yourself and how to be more, be a better agent overall, not just for myself as an agent, but for you as an agent, and, not have to kill each other for the transaction, but like, how can we help each other? How can we work with each other? So I think that's very important in the industry, because nowadays it's very easy to feel rude, like when somebody talks to you, you're like, why do you have to be so rude? Let's not, can we just be professional here? People are missing that.
So it's our goal to educate people about that.
Educate people
about that.
Yes.
But also, so you said two important points, that real estate and TV, actually, it's not what real estate is. It's not what being a realtor is. It's not always fancy. It's not always this, but it doesn't mean it's bad. It just means every profession has its pros and cons.
Of course. Like going to lunch, with a client, that's beautiful. That's the flexibility of the industry. You have the time, you have, you can just go and have a beautiful meal or showcase beautiful homes. Why not? That's the beauty of it. And just creating your own schedule, of course. Sign me up.
So what would you choose, a brokerage over another?
That's a question I always put out on my webinars as well. For me, it was important that the broker, her or him, came across as a mentor. For me, it's very important to have somebody that you feel comfortable talking to, somebody that you feel that at any given point, they're not going to speak to you condescending, or they're going to talk to you like, oh, why didn't you watch the video? Or why didn't you research it before asking me that question? To me, that's very important. So that's definitely something that we always push for in our brokerage, where every agent feels comfortable to coming and asking 1,000 questions if they need to.
What about the ambience between agents in a brokerage? Do you think
it needs to be, for me, it's important to feel like it's whatever the industry level you're trying to be at. So if you're working with luxury, it needs to feel, that level, right? If you're working with something more of a not so expensive market, it's okay to be in an area where it's not so stuffy or so proper. Flip-flops are fine, and it's whatever your vibe is, honestly, whatever you feel most identified with. I think that's important. So whatever speaks to you and your energy, that's where you should be. That's number one. But I think the most important thing is that the people surrounding you are supportive to you and your success, not just for themselves. That you don't feel like, hey, if I ask you a question, it's going to cost me 50% of my commission. So that brotherhood, sisterhood, I think it's important. Or that competition, it should not be. It should not be. I think
because there's enough for everybody.
Yeah, but a lot of places are not like that.
So if we catch exactly what you said, you were mainly talking about we have to be who we are, be authentic to who we are, but also very carefully choose our surroundings.
Of course,
surroundings
that can make you or break you. If you choose a place
make you or break you.
Yeah, if you don't choose a brokerage that speaks to you, you're at ease with yourself, because you're in a very vulnerable situation when you're getting started in the industry. In my brokerage, we have people who are architects, who are attorneys. So we're talking about, like, they have really nice careers, but they still have a real estate license. So even though whatever your background, your professional background is, being a realtor, you still have to learn the basics. You still have to go through the process of learning and everything else that takes to be a realtor. So if you're not identifying yourself with the group, the energy of the group, and the house itself, then you're going to isolate yourself, become frustrated, and you're just going to feel like a failure.
And do you think you can make it in this industry just by being yourself and like being alone in this and doing it all by yourself? Or you think this industry actually needs to have a team and you need to have a bond with your brokerage? And I'm talking like...
No, you're good.
No.
I hear you.
But like, I'm talking as a new agent. So
absolutely, you need a team. Absolutely, you need a team. You don't want to do this alone. You don't. Honestly, out of my own experience, I thought I could do it alone, because when you're first getting started, you're like, I don't want to share commission. I don't want to do this, right? Because you feel like you're already struggling. Everything is so expensive when you're getting started in the industry. But you need a team. You are not great at everything, right? So if somebody's great at marketing, somebody else is great at follow-up, somebody else is great. So you can create 2 or 3 people and just have that energy flowing where everybody keeps each other accountable of their responsibilities. You make that much more money.
Is it important to have a mentor?
It is important
to have a mentor and a coach.
Yeah, definitely.
Even though when you're a professional real estate agent, you still need a mentor.
I think so. I believe so. Just because you won't know everything, first of all, right? And no matter how many years in the industry you've been, you always want to turn back around and say, hey, do you think this is a good idea? Or how do I should approach this? Because maybe you have one mindset, and your mentor, your broker, your coach, somebody else might just give you another idea, more creative way of handling a situation.
So it's important to have a mentor, important to have a coach, someone to lead you where you want to go.
Yes.
Because we cannot make it by ourselves. Like,
no, we can't.
One hand doesn't clap.
I mean, you could try.
You can try, but it's not like
not very successful. There you go.
Now we do it. See?
Yes.
So, Jenny, tell me.
Yes.
I'll ask you 3 main things you have to focus on in order to succeed in this industry. 3. The most important one.
I think it's mindset. Mindset. Ooh. It's your business. You are a business owner. You're an entrepreneur. So read a lot of business books. Read a lot about the industry. Educate yourself. So number 1 is your mindset. Number 2, educate yourself. And number 3 is, I don't know, make the money.
Make it.
Make the money. Just make it happen. Don't give up. Don't give up. Honestly, don't give up. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. I'm sure most of the audience is bilingual, Hispanic, perhaps. there is a thing called a no eres profeta en tu propia tierra, which means that you're not a prophet in your own land. At the end of the day, if I were to be a doctor, I'll tell my mom something and she'll be like, no. Then she'll go to the doctor and they'll tell them the same thing. And then it's like, yeah, my doctor said, I'm like, Mom, I told you the same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing happens. You're a realtor. Most likely your friends won't listen to you. Most likely your circle won't listen to you, but they'll go and work with another realtor, another brokerage, another something, right? So expand yourself. Circling back to what our initial conversation.
Relationships. Building.
It's all about relationships, networking. You gotta go and see that your city's events and just be out there. We have an agent in our office that when he started his relationship building, he would go to the church and start giving everyone in church his business card. And we're like, oh my God, I don't think that's holy, but you need to stop.
I need to stop.
Yes.
But he was doing it, so he was trying though.
Get out there and just do it.
Get out there and just do it.
Yeah.
So let's get back to the mindset. Mm-hmm. How do you make sure you take care of your mental health? Do you have like a morning routine? Would love to get more in depth about that.
Yes. Well, it's everything about consistency, right? And I struggle with myself because it's very easy to get distracted with your routine.
Sure.
At some point, I do try, and then of course I circle back and not do it, and I do it again. Gym in the morning. I listen to motivational speakers as I'm taking a shower, and as I am driving though, I do make it a point that I listen to my audiobooks. I listen to business audiobooks all the time. We're always stuck in traffic. So if I don't have time to read itself, like an actual book, I'm always listening to audiobooks. And of course I can rewind and listen again. It's like, oh my God, this one's great. Let me do it again. So for me, it's that exercise in the morning, or if not, just try to make it at some point during the day, just because it's important to release that stress.
Sweat. Yeah, you have to sweat like every day. You should get it out.
Yeah.
But in the morning it's so great because you start your day fresh, like you're like, I'm ready to kick it.
Yeah, I just wish it was something that sometimes some mornings just get interrupted. Mm-hmm. But if that's something that we can really make it a point, hopefully 2023, that's one of my goals. Mm-hmm. Make it happen. You know what? Back to that question. Health and wealth. That's 2023. Health and wealth.
I love it. Health. That's all about it, actually. Yep. Health and wealth.
Health and wealth.
Healthy and wealthy.
I've seen many wealthy people not healthy at all, and they would pay anything to be healthy. So number 1 is health, and number 2 is wealth.
As well. No, because you cannot be wealthy if you're not healthy, actually, and not vice versa.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. You can have all the money, but then you'll be in bed and miserable. Yeah.
Well, happiness overall.
Happiness. Yep.
Let's get back to real estate.
Okay. Real talk.
Real talk. What is the thing that you make sure you don't mention during showing a house?
Whew, tough question. God. I stay away from the negative talk, right? So it all depends if you're talking to a buyer, you're not going to sit there and pinpoint every negative thing of the house, right? You don't want to be like, oh my God, did you notice? Or like, I don't think your furniture is going to fit here. It's like, that's not your problem. You try to almost like paint the picture of like, yes, you can have a fabulous studio here. You can have your desk here, or just stay quiet. Just stay quiet. Instead of saying anything negative, oh my God, this neighborhood's terrible. Don't say those words. Don't say anything of the neighborhood. Don't speak of like, you're not going
to sell the house.
You're not. Stay away from the negatives. Just stay quiet. If they ask your opinion, please make sure you stay to your ethics. Do not say anything inappropriate that doesn't, speak the ethics of the code of ethics of our industry. But besides of that, just, your opinion doesn't matter. Just stay quiet.
But you're not going to make this sale if you're pointing out negative. But just to make it clear, when you say don't point out the negative, are you talking about if there's specific things that the client should know, like you hide it?
No, not at all. No.
All right.
You can't hide anything, right? Everything is obvious. Not only that, but if there's an actual contract, obviously you need to have the disclosures and all these different things. So when I say don't point out the ugly or the negatives, meaning that if there is a discussion, if the client's like, oh, what do you think of this? I'm like, oh, I'm sure we can negotiate that. Maybe that can be part of the inspection, and we can, you can circle back. But don't make it a point where it's like, well, obviously if the house is falling, then maybe your client just wants to completely just tear it down and create a new one. Why not? There's always a positive to a negative. So let's not just focus on the negative side of things,
And
because
focus.
there maybe the wall is full of mold. Okay, then let's put that on the inspection. Let's work the details. Get rid of the wall. I don't know.
Yeah, just like be solution minded.
Yes,
Solution minded.
100%. Yeah.
And what do you think about the women, for instance, in the real estate market?
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. As a matter of fact, actually this week I just got the exciting news that I am an ambassador for the association.
Ooh, Women's Council?
No, not yet. I am. That's my goal. That's my goal.
You're on your way.
Yes, but for the Miami Realtors Association, I'm an ambassador. So I just got the news.
Congrats! And it's exclusive.
Yes, first time I say it. So I'm really excited because it's like, for me, it's same thing, more exposure, more connections, and learning more. Just get involved. If this is what you love and you want to do, then just be passionate about it. 100%.
Get in there, just do it.
Yes. I mean, and having more women in power in our industry, it's very it's motivational, just because we can.
We can.
And yeah, we can do it all.
We can do it all.
It's like, well, that's it's right there on my bucket list somewhere somehow. So why not?
No, but like being a mother and being successful in real estate, this is because real estate takes all your time. And to be able to have a family, like to take care of your daughters, I really I'm like, wow. Well, like, really, I'm amazed. I'm amazed.
Well, to be honest, like, my girls are grown now, right? But this is something that I've always kept in my heart. Yes. I mean, since I was 19 years old, I remember going to a seminar. I went through the whole class, and then I'm like, wait, I can't do this. I freaked out. Unfortunately for me, I freaked out. Imagine if I would have done it since I was 19.
But it wasn't meant to be.
It wasn't meant to be then.
Yeah.
And bottom line, the way I see it is like, hold on to your dream.
Hold on.
And there is an agent that just joined us, and he was an investor his whole life. He's done all sorts of deals. He's an amazing character. He's 79 years old, and he just got his license. So he's like, it's never too late. It's amazing. And I see him, and I just want to learn from him.
7 years. 79.
He's 79.
And he just got his license.
He just got his license. And he's been an investor all his life. He's done all sorts of, commercial and residential deals through his life, with him, his partners, and everybody else. He just got his license, and he sits with us and gets the trainings. And
but he already has experience in the industry, since he already was an investor. But like,
it's just never too late.
Never too late. Yeah, better late than never. Better late than never. What is your why? Why do you do all of this? Why are you working hard? Why do you have these goals? What is your why?
That question to me always makes me emotional. And it's so funny, because the first time somebody asked me that question, I literally started crying because I felt horrible. And I felt horrible because I said, my why is me. And I'm sorry to say that, and I know it gets completely thrown off, but the reason I'm being so honest, again, honesty, right? Don't fake it. The reason I say, why am I my why, is because if I am not happy, if I am not content, if I am not healthy, if I'm not well, I cannot give my children anything. And stop, you're gonna make me cry.
No, don't worry.
But you know what I'm saying? It's like, you can't give your children, you can't give your family, you can't do the best for the people that love you.
Oh my God, you just reminded me of a saying in Arabic. فقد الشيء لا يعطيه, which means you cannot give something that you don't have. You cannot give something that you don't have.
I have chills. So I am my why. I need to make me the better me.
Oh my God.
I gotta make me the better version of me, so that my children, even though my daughters are grown, but they've always seen me, work and struggle and this and that, and they see me as like, mom can do anything. So
super mommy.
So if I continue to be me, and then I can give them more.
True.
The way I see it now, they're adults. I have to keep working for me, because in 20 years, 30 years, when I retire, I don't want them to take care of me. I want to continue taking care of me. So I'm still my why. So the time comes, they don't feel that burden, that responsibility over me. So I'm still taking care of them, and when the time comes, hey, I'll leave them some good cash. So I'm still taking care of them.
True, still taking care of them. This is, see, being a mother is something very, very priceless. And they, as I said,
Yeah.
they're super lucky to have you. They're
Thank
super
you.
lucky.
Thank you.
So,
You know, a lot of people say, my why are my children? My why? No, you. It has to be you.
it has to be you. As I told you,
Yeah.
you cannot give something that you don't have. So you
Yeah.
have to work on yourself
Yeah.
before, like, so you can provide. You have
Yeah.
to provide yourself so you can provide.
Yeah.
I would love to have you for my next episode, for my upcoming episode. And
Okay.
this is obviously not going to be our only episode together. You will see us again in other events, in other episodes, in other shows.
Yes.
But let's close it up and tell us, what is your message to your peers, to your competitors, and to new agents?
My peers. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Colfax. Thank you, Carmen. Honestly, my brokerage has been very extremely supportive. Every crazy idea I have, she is like, all right, let's try it. And to me, that's so important. So I definitely thank you, Colfax. My competitors, I have no competitors. We're all one big industry and we are here to help each other, honestly. We see each other on the road. You know, if you need me, I need you. High five. So best of luck to you guys. The more better you do, the more I do, and so on, so on. And new agents. I guess I'll see you guys on my new seminar. Yes, seminar for the new agents. Honestly, it's important. Don't be discouraged. Step by step. You can't eat the elephant at one bite. So
no way.
Take it little by little. Mm-hmm. It's okay. Everything that happens, everything takes time. Just be patient.
Oh, thank you so much, Jenny.
Yeah,
thank you. Thanks. I appreciate you a lot.